Hello everybody, it's Tina at Tina Stitches. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch and my crafts, which is primarily cross stitch. So I hope you like cross stitch and you stick around. I am filming from the craft room again. I have it back. The nephew that was staying here has gone home, so yay. I have whips and plans and a little bit of haul that will facilitate the plans, and I thought I would show you an older finish, simply because I brought it out, because I figured you might like to see some of my stuff instead of my son's samovar. That's a Russian teapot setup that, well, it's his, and he's going to be moving and taking it with him eventually. So I moved it. It's pretty, but so this is a Just Nan 15-sided biscornu that I finished a few years ago. Don't know when, but it is before I started filming, so that means more than 4 years ago. Probably 2017 is when I finished this. And this is a more recent finish, also Just Nan. Cat cube. This one I did date, and it was finished last year. 2020. And in case I didn't say it, it is April 11th, 2021. It is a rainy day. Well, not rainy, but gray. And, yeah. Thought better do my weekly update. So, welcome. If I didn't say that already, thank you for coming back. I hope you like what you see, and I hope you will like, share, and subscribe so you can see more. So those were some previous finishes, and I have 4 whips that I worked on this week. And I have Khaleesi here with me. She's just being quiet on the bed. So, if you hear some fingernails on the floor, that's her scampering away for some reason. I did make note of my other dog doing the pacing in the last video, so I asked my husband to take her away for this one. So, hopefully we won't be hearing that. So, just need to move that so that I can get to this. This is Mirabilia's. Let's get right into the whips, okay? A whip is a work in progress of any kind of crafting would consider their projects a whip, whether it be knitting, crocheting, cross stitch, embroidery, quilting. This is my cross stitch whip. I am doing this because a Facebook group told me to. Monthly magazine challenge is run by Caroline Zook and Robin. They both have YouTube Flosstube channels, and I don't know Robin's channel, but I will look that up and link it below. Caroline's is Seazook Stitch, and they run a Facebook group called Monthly Magazine Challenge Sal, and they post challenges basically for the month of April. For instance, it is April showers, and you're supposed to pick a project from a magazine to fit April showers. I don't have anything for April showers in a magazine, so I'm skipping that, and I'm working on the acrostic, which is rain, R-A-I-N. And for R, I did work on that's part of my plans. I will be working on Royal Tudor Mandala. For A, I worked on this, Autumn. The autumn portion of Dressmaker's Daughter. This dress here. And one of the other reasons I'm working on it is because it's my focus for spring. Because in the southern hemisphere, it's autumn. I started this project in, I do have it written down here. I started this September 2018. And this is stitched on 32 count Sweet Lavender Belfast linen by Extrude Designs. Here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here it is now. So the last time you saw it, I had finished this bunch of apples down here and a lot of the background and the dress up to about there. And so I've continued working upwards. As far as I could reach in this Q-snap. I could move it, but it was very well positioned for the area I was working on anyway, so there's that. And I really want to work on it more because I love it, but I love all my projects, so some of them have to be put aside to make room for others. And needle minder I made myself. I don't have any of the panels done, and my goal for this year is to have 2 of them finished. So, being that spring has just started, I have 2 more months to work on autumn to get it finished. And right now where it is just about there. Down is finished. So from there up, that much there would have to be done. So it's not impossible. Let's just say that. Whether it happens or not, who knows? I might get distracted. You know, rabbits. As a matter of fact, I was watching another Flosstuber today, and I may be having a new start. Not immediately, but soon. So, my next project that I worked on, also for the acrostic, and this is for the N of rain, and that is Just Nan with my needle. And that's what it looks like. And I'm stitching this on 32 count. It came with, it was all kitted up when I bought it. It is 32 count. It's not written down. Smoky. No, I believe it's Twilight Blue Belfast Linen by Witchelt for Zweigert. It's got the little red line, so I believe that means Zweigert. Anyways, this is what where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. I've worked on this for 3 days so far. I got this row done, which is a triple crossed brace stitch. And these are cross-stitched. The outer border is in a pearl cotton, and then the rest is in silk. Squeaky, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come on. Up. I may put her out. So, this was finished. This white is new and this row is new. And that is the bottom row. And I am going to continue working on this until it's finished because there's not a lot left to it. These 3 pieces here are filled in stitches, and then the 2 in between are specialty stitches. And so it should go relatively quickly. 2 more days, perhaps, and then the stitching is done, and then there's a little bit of beading. And then that'll be a finish. And I started that in Maynia 2019. I think she's looking for the other dog. They don't get along, but she's probably just wondering what she's doing and why can't she do it too. I don't know if she's going to go far though, because she's also my shadow. Oh, she's going down the stairs. Okay. The next work in progress that I'm going to share is something that I worked on while I was in a Zoom with Sarah and Kim from Stitch and Stuff. And if you don't know their channel, it's a mother-daughter cross-stitching team family that also Sarah's the daughter. She has 3 daughters who also craft, and they all get on and show all their stuff. So they were hosting a Zoom, and I was invited, and unfortunately my video, I couldn't see everybody else. I know I didn't mention it while we were Zooming, but so I couldn't see all of the wonderful projects that were being shown. But it was in and off and on, so I could hear all the conversation, and I'm sure everything was lovely. But while we were there, I decided to work on something that was not going to require a lot of thought. So I picked up something that I started too long ago. I should have worked on it a lot more, but I say that about all of my projects. And I did not flag when I started this, but I believe it would be, I'm sure it was a Mania start in 2019. Okay, sorry about the interruption there, but it turns out I don't have this start documented, so I had to do a little bit of research, and according to my the way I keep track of everything, it was between Dressmakers Daughter and Halloween Fairy, which means it could have been started between September of 2018 and Mania of 2019. So it's still at least 3 years old, which means I really do need to get it finished. And it's from March 1998, Stitchery magazine. And I'm gonna find you the picture, which is not the greatest picture. That is the original design. I did do a color conversion because a lot of the materials were not available anymore. And this is what I stitched on while we were chit-chatting away in the Zoom call. Here's where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. So I worked on the border. The design calls for it to be a continental stitch, done in a pattern that would resemble this here, back and forth. And I did not like that. The original color it was done in was a much more muted color, so the variation wouldn't have shown like it does with my bold choice of Threadworks Cherry in 6-strand embroidery floss. And so what I'm doing is going back stitching in one direction till it meets the Jessica stitch, and then going in the opposite direction or wherever. Sometimes it's parallel and sometimes it's not. And it leaves this beautiful tartan pattern. So that's where that one's at. So this corner here and this corner here will have to be frogged out because those were test stitching. And I do have a frame for it. This is technically not cross stitch. It is embroidery. This is a 18 count mono canvas. And it is mounted on stretcher bars. Which, that is something that was brought up yesterday during our Zoom, was the stretcher bars. Do they can you reuse them, basically, was the question. Can you reuse them, or do they not hold the tacks as well after so many uses? My answer is I don't know, because this is the first time and the only time so far that I have done this. I do love this design and I do want to get it finished. I have promised the pattern to somebody else like a year ago, so I really do need to crack on. Now, my next work in progress is, and for that one I just worked on it the one day, just during that Zoom, and honestly it really is not going to require a lot more work, because all that's left on it is filling in that color, back stitching the Jessica stitches in gold, adding a gold bead, and adding a couple of stitches beside that. That won't take long. What will take a bit of time is repeating a beaded pattern like this. That's all beads in the corners. I'm looking forward to the finish, but the actual process of it, not so much. Maybe that's what's keeping me from working on it, is dreading all the beading. But honestly, it won't be that bad, because it's just two colors with the single color of floss for placing it, for doing the actual beading. So I should just get on with it. The next project I have to share is my 30 minutes a day or more or less project, Beloved, by Adele Sessler, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is not the... I think there is a bigger version of it, but this one is pretty big. This one is 19 by 24 on 25 count fabric. And 27 colors. I think there's a version that has more colors and it's a bit bigger. I just went for the regular size, regular version, and this is my oldest whip right now. I started in August of 2016. That means it'll be 6 years old this August. Do I think I'll have it finished by then? No, not a chance, and you know what. Here's where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. So I have been working on filling in the dark colors. I picked a color, I believe it was 3371, and I just filled in all of this, and then came over here and just started to fill in more because the 310 was done. And in the mornings when there's very little light, I do find that just picking a color, one of the dark colors, because believe me, there's a lot, and just pick that color and just go with it, is the best strategy that I have so far. And previous to doing that, I was struggling to get 100 stitches a day. Now that I'm doing that, I get almost 200 stitches a day. So my progress is almost double. And then on the weekends, I can focus on doing the lighter colors, which, to be honest, in the whole pattern, what's left, there's not going to be a lot, because we are here and here. So over here will be more lighter colors, but I think doing it this way will fast track it a little bit. So that's where it is now. And that's a needle minder I made myself. And this is 25 count white even weave. So that's all my whips for the week. It's quite a good amount of progress. I did accomplish my 2 goals for the monthly magazine challenge for Dressmakers Daughter Autumn and With My Needle by Just Nan. 3 days each is my goal for those challenges, and that's done, but I do want to get With My Needle finished out of the way, because that one has been a whip for, I do have it written here, since Mania 2019. So it'll be 2 years next month. Let's get it finished before its birthday. I think I can do that. And speaking of Mania, I am really contemplating Mirabilia Mania. I showed a few patterns 2 weeks ago. I've had them for a long time. I've been wanting to stitch them for forever, and I went fabric diving and found fabrics for all of them except for Christmas in London. I will have to search for fabric for that one. So that one probably won't get started in Mania. But the other ones will possibly get started in May. They are Cassiopeia, I will insert pictures as well. So Cassiopeia, Queen Mariposa, Adia the Garden Fairy, and Ella the Frog Princess. That one is on the, if it doesn't get started, I'm not that heartbroken about it, but the first 3 I definitely want to get started. I have the perfect fabrics matched up for those, so I just need to pull the flosses and create an order list for the specialty threads that I may need specialty threads and beads, but I do have an extensive collection of Mill Hill beads, so may not need to buy quite so many. Now, plans work on Beloved, just like I said. Crystal Christmas is going to make an appearance because that is what I am using for the magazine challenge because it's icy. It is the Mirabilia pattern with the five cherubs dancing around a tree. And Royal Tudor Mandala for R. That's by Chatelaine. And with my needle, I'm going to try to get that one finished. Whether I do all of that in the next week, we'll see. So another thing that I wanted to mention is the Under the 1,000 sub club. Under 1,000 sub club. And I've been mentioning a few people, and this week I have one that I wanted to share, and that is, I can't remember her name, but she is the Hand-Dyed Diva, and I can't believe that she doesn't have 1,000 subscribers yet, and maybe I'm wrong, but last time I looked I believe it was under 1,000. And she also loves to do Mirabilias. She has an very big collection of Miras. As a matter of fact, her mom also stitches, and they discovered a box of forgotten Mirabilias that they had. I would like to find one of those, but I already know where all my Miras are, so that's not going to happen. Another thing that I wanted to bring up / discuss is I really need to work on my Christmas Eve couriers. So it's very possible that I'm going to start doing a focus month project and try to get those done, because they have also been whips since 2017 Mania. 4 years now they have been projects, whips. It's too long for smaller projects. So I'm going to try to get those done by the end of the year. Right. Okay. So now here's the part that I did not mention at the beginning, and I probably should have, but if you stuck around this long, good for you, and you deserve a prize. So I'm going to give you a prize. I have been doing Flosstube videos for 4 years now. It's my 4-year Flosstube anniversary, and as such I have decided to do a giveaway, but it's going to be 4 items. I have 3 of them here, and the last one is, I think I'm just going to do I purchase a digital pattern from Haid. Why not? I love Heaven and Earth designs, so that's what the next pattern will be. And what I want you to use for that keyword is Beloved, because that's my project, that's my Haid, and use the word Beloved and you could win a Heaven and Earth design. The next item up for grabs is Alice by Mirabilia. I have finished this and I'm going to give it away so somebody else can enjoy this beautiful design. And if you want to win this, just use the word Alice. The next item up for grabs is Jeanette Douglas Letters from Mom. And I have finished this, and I have fabric now to do the actual finishing, and I'll show that in a minute. So if you want to win this, use the word letters. And the last item up for giveaway is a beautiful project bag. This one I made a little while ago. It's not a vinyl front, I know, I'm sorry, but it's got a zipper and nice buttery yellow lining, butterflies, wildlife. It's very pretty. And for this, use the word butterfly. So those are the 4 things that I'm giving away, and I may throw in a specialty floss or something else with the packages that I send out. I'm going to leave this open until the end of April. Let me look at my calendar here. So I will probably be doing a video the 1st or the 2nd of May. So I'm going to close the contest until the 30th. And on my first video in May, I will announce the winners. So use those words. Please be 18 or older so that I can mail you stuff. And don't use the word giveaway. Don't use the word free. I'm pretty sure there's other rules, but I can't remember right now. And on this video is where I will be watching for comments. So this is like, it's open for 2 more weeks. Actually 3 weeks. You got lots of time. So, yay, 4 years. Now, get into haul. And I don't have a lot of haul. But I did get a package from a Etsy seller, and I think she also has a different website, but this is cross stitch / not cross stitch related, because it's to make a bag for this finish. Letters from Graham, which was the Letters from Mom, designed by Jeanette Douglas. And I wanted something with scroll work, like lettering, and I did post a picture on Instagram, and these are the beautiful fabrics that I found on the Etsy. And I do have to make a decision. This one is very, very close to what the original pattern has. So that one is a top contender. And this one has a lot of postage marks, stamps, and it is eclectic elements. And this is also a very top contender. This one is Memoirs by Three Sisters, Moda fabric. And it's very pretty. It's very busy. But the reason why I might use this one is because these are letters from my grandmother that I'm going to be putting in them. And she had a collection of bells that had birds on them. And so I'm actually thinking about getting a bigger piece of this. This is a 1/2 yard cut. So I can fussy cut a little bit. So we'll see. I mean, with that pattern being on here, there won't be a lot of room for the pattern, the fabric pattern anyway, so we'll see. I do have 2 weeks off, very coincidentally. I have the last week of April and the first week of May off, and that works out very well for 24 hours of cross stitch weekend marathon and Mania. And if I don't have a project bag envelope made for this by then, I will have time then to do it. And maybe make a few more project bags with this lovely fabric that I found. As a matter of fact, this one here, I believe I'm going to make a project bag out of this or the Nora Corbett Poppy Berry. Because so I believe I have shared everything that I have to share, and enter the giveaway if you want one of those things, or don't. Leave me a comment. Either way, I try to respond, and it's not always in a most timely manner, and I have been taking on, I think I'm going to try Sarah's from Our Stitching Kingdom. She stole it from somebody else, but I think I'm going to start doing that as well, as in leaving just emojis, just to say I was here. Because apparently when you leave more comments, videos with comments get more views, something like that. But anyways, whatever. Yeah, until next time, be well, take care of each other, be kind, happy stitching, bye.